Heya, and what's up? Welcome to the Fun with Friends Fun Fact Minisode. I'm your host, Allie. I am fresh off of my trip to Scotland, which was absolutely fucking amazing. I met a ton of fantastic people and saw some of the most stunning places that I have ever seen in my whole entire life. And you know, I'm kind of already planning my next trip, maybe back to Scotland or elsewhere in the world. I most definitely will be doing an episode on my trip, so keep an eye out for that. It'll probably in like a month or so, but it will be coming to you shortly. On the Fun Fact Minisodes, what I like to do is tell you about what next week's adventure is, and then give a few fun facts about myself and a few fun facts that are related to whatever adventure my friends and I have recently gone on. For next week's episode, you will be joining my friend Holly and I as we go to the Alexandria Beer, Wine, and Dog Festival. This event took place in August at the Waterfront Park in Alexandria, Virginia, and it was a really awesome event, and we had a really good time. And in the episode, you can hear Holly and I slowly coming to the conclusion that cat cafes exist and are a thing, and that they are essentially the equivalent of a bar that has adoptable dogs. So it takes us a while to get there, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blame it on the dehydration, and that's my story, and I'm gonna stick to it. So yeah, enjoy that. So it honestly was a really great time, and there's really no better way to spend a Saturday than hanging out with friends, dogs, and also having some beer and wine to go along. So I hope you will tune in next week for that episode. It's another good one. They're all good ones, so you know, you should just listen to all of them. What I'm going to do this week is I'm going to do a fun fact about myself that is related to the topic of beer, wine, and dogs, and then one fun fact that is not related to any of those things. And then I'll give you a few fun facts that are, again, related to the overall topic of beer, wine, and dogs. First fun fact about myself is that this is the first time in my entire life that I do not have a pet of some sort to care for. I grew up with a lot of animals, cats, dogs, birds. In college I had fish. And then once I graduated, I got my dog Gremlin, and I had him until last year when unfortunately I had to put him down for health reasons. So the last year and a half, I've been kind of exploring a life without the responsibility of caring for an animal. And I would say it definitely has its pros and cons. The pros definitely are that I'm not constantly worried about time, like working too late, how long my commute's taking, how long they've been home alone, how long I can stay out. And I also don't have the guilt that goes along with that, like not spending enough time with your animal, or, you know, not doing enough with them, not being active enough. So those are definitely some pros. A con would be that I think having a dog definitely helped me be more active, because you have to, you know, be up and walking them and out and about and socializing them. And so that's definitely something that I'm missing now. I'm more prone to just kind of like sit and be lazy. And then also just the companionship is definitely something that I miss from not having an animal. I do intend to get another pet eventually. I just don't know when. And I am hoping that my next pet will be a couple of guinea pigs. So that's a whole other story. But yeah, so the second fun fact that's not related to dogs or animals is that the day today, Wednesday the 16th, when this episode drops, it's my birthday. Your girl's getting old. So I will be spending my birthday with my therapist for our scheduled appointment. So I'm actually looking forward to it. I enjoy my sessions with my therapist. She's pretty fucking awesome. And then, you know, like all responsible aging individuals, I've purchased myself a new mattress for my birthday. I'm hoping it will help me out with my lower back pain, because again, your girl's getting old. Need a little more support in my mattress. So I feel like that's a very adult move of me to get a new mattress. So yeah, bring it on 33. I'm ready for you with my new mattress and my self-care, baby. And now for some fun facts related to beer, wine, and dogs. So fun fact number 1 is that alcohol, which includes beer, wine, and hard liquor, is very bad for dogs to ingest. And also cats. People may not know that, because you always see people giving their dogs beer at parties and whatnot, and it's actually very bad for them. It's especially bad for smaller dogs and cats, and can actually be life-threatening if they have too much or if they're extra super sensitive to it. And hoppy beer is actually worse for dogs than non-hoppy beer. The good news is that there is beer out there made specifically for dogs, so that does exist. And you know, if you just have the urge to really sit back and enjoy a cold one with your furry friend, you can do that. Just make sure that you're giving them dog beer and not people beer, and you'll be all good. So the next fun facts, these are actually 2 fun facts that I found interesting. So the first one, I'm gonna mispronounce this, bear with me. Sinosilicophobia is the fear of an empty beer glass, which I feel like we may all have experienced that fear at one moment or another in our lives. And the other fun fact not only has to do with drinking and beer, but it also has to do with Scotland. So I thought it was very fitting, since I'm just getting back from Scotland, where I did enjoy some Scottish ales and a couple of pints, and you know, fits into everything that I've talked about today. So this fun fact is that the world's longest hangover lasted 4 weeks after a Scotsman consumed 60 pints of beer. Think about that for a moment. Having a hangover for 4 weeks, but also drinking 60 pints of beer. I feel like both of those things are extremely difficult to deal with. Like, I could barely make it through 1 pint of beer, let alone 60, and then have a hangover for 4 weeks? How? What? Like, no thanks, man. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think that's what I want to be known for. I mean, it's kind of a little badass, but to suffer for 4 weeks? No. Also, 60 pints of beer, what does that do to your body? Like, God, I'd have to pee every 5 minutes. Yeah, the whole situation would be extremely unpleasant, but you know what? Kudos to that man. Well done, sir. You're a legend. So there you have it. Those are the fun facts from this week's Minisode. I hope you enjoyed them. I got them from dogster.com and factslides.com, so you can find more fun facts on dog beer and the safety of dogs drinking beer, as well as other just weird facts from both of those sites. Be sure to tune in next week for the episode. My friend Holly she's another one that is she's fucking hilarious. Like, she's one of my favorite people, and I absolutely love hanging out with her. So the Fun with Friends podcast on Instagram at Fun with Friends podcast. On Twitter, we are at FunFriendsPod1, and on Facebook, you can find us at the Fun with Friends podcast. You can also listen to the podcast on Anchor FM, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, and pretty much everywhere else that podcasts are found. Please like, share, rate, and review. And you can also support the podcast on Anchor FM. You can make donations, which is what makes the podcast possible. And you can also leave voice messages for me. And if you don't want to leave a voice message, you can email me at funfriendspodcast@gmail.com. I would love to hear from folks. If you have recommendations for things that we should be trying, places we should go, please send those to me. If you have questions, you can send those to me as well. Also, I'm always looking for fun facts. So if you have fun facts related to any of the events that we've done on the podcast, send those in to me. I would love to read them on future minisodes, as well as any advice that you have on maintaining friendships. Shoot those my way, and I will share them on a future episode. And with that, my friends, I leave you. I hope everyone has a fabulous week. Have a good one. Bye.